Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making Elderflower Italian buttercream. And I've made some other Italian buttercreams on my videos, but this one is sort of flavored with this beautiful floral scented elderflower liqueur. And it's pure white and it's spectacular on a white cake. So we actually are going to be beating only egg whites with some sugar, and we make a meringue, and then we make a sugar syrup in a saucepan, and when that gets to the right temperature, we slowly pour it into the meringue and the egg whites basically cook. And it actually is the most stable buttercream you will ever make. And it is delicate and beautiful. And with that scented liqueur, it just rises to the next level. So before we get started, be a subscriber, hit the notification button so you can see all my new videos as they come out, okay? Let's get started. So in a saucepan, and I'm gonna get my temperature going, I'm gonna add 3/4 cup of granulated sugar and 1/4 cup of water. And you're gonna put in that order, the sugar first, then the water, because it helps the sugar dissolve. Then you're going to take a spoon and you're actually going to stir it up. Now this is where it can get a little tricky because we're looking to break down this sugar, which is sucrose, and we're going to break it down so that it becomes really thick and syrupy, and we're going to try to get to 240 degrees Fahrenheit. So you need a candy thermometer. So I'm stirring it, and now I'm going to put the spoon down, and I'm not touching the spoon anymore. No spoon, but I might have hit up some sugar onto the sides of my saucepan. So to prevent any crystals from forming, because they can form sort of what's known as seeding, it can actually start the seeding process, you take some water in a cup with a pastry brush and just wipe down the sides. Just wipe down the sides of the pan. And then no more stirring. You'll see that your bubbles are starting to form. It's already becoming almost close to the boil. And then I'm going to attach. You only have to do the water with the pastry brush only in the beginning. And then I'm going to put my candy thermometer on the side, and we're looking to hit 240 degrees. All right? So you're going to watch this. You don't want this to overflow and boil over. It's dangerous, and you want to make sure you don't leave it. No answering the phone, no answering the door. I don't care. Now, in an electric mixer next to it, I have 5 large egg whites. No yolk, no yolks in there, okay? And we're going to beat this until they're foamy and with the beater attachment or the whip attachment, whatever you want to call it. And you're going to hear this going. So you're going to look at your temperature. It's going to take a little while to get to 240. So this is when you sort of want to become an octopus. You want to have a few more arms. But once you get what you need to do for an Italian buttercream, it comes naturally. So I'm going to start this on a medium to medium high. I have 1/2 teaspoon of cream of tartar plus 1/8 teaspoon, both. Now it's foamy, I'm going to add them in. And then I have 4 tablespoons of granulated sugar ready to go. We're not there yet. And we're going to sort of keep this in the holding position, sort of marching time, because we're waiting for our syrup. So you can get this going, and then you can always slow this down. This, once the sugar syrup reaches 240, no turning back, folks. You gotta go. So I am not exactly at 240 yet. I'm getting there. I'm almost at, not even close to 200 yet. So I'm gonna raise it up a bit. This is an induction cooktop, so it's going to take a little bit less time. Now, once you start getting foamy, and I'm going to show you what I got, and I'm not really there yet. Can you see it's still sort of like foamy, but not that thick. I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. All right. Keeping my eyes peeled on my corn syrup. And then once I see soft peaks, and we're almost there, we're going to start adding about a tablespoon at a time the sugar into our egg whites. And this is what forms that meringue. All right. So let me show you again. So we're just about, see how we're at soft peaks? See how they're sort of clinging to the beater? Now we're ready to go high speed, full throttle, and then do about a tablespoon and stop. Give it 30 seconds. Check your sugar syrup. How you coming? How you coming? We're getting there. Make sure we're over 200 now. Actually, we're very, very close. We're almost at 240. And you're going to see the sugar syrup get extremely thick. Don't worry yourself about it. I just want to make sure we don't go past 240. And sometimes I'm turning the pan because there's something known as a dimple on these candy thermometers that you have to hit the liquid with the dimple. And if you don't, you're not going to get a true reading of your thermometer. So we want to get to 240, and we're almost there. Sometimes you get close, and then you never go to 240 for a few extra minutes. It takes a little bit longer. All right? Full throttle. We're now at a full, almost firm peak. I've added the rest of my sugar. I'm done. All right? Now we're going to go a little bit slower. You can see how bubbly I have. I'm real bubbly, and I'm close. Once you get volcanic bubbles, we're there, folks. We are there. We have liftoff. So I'm going to slowly pour it in. All right? And you're not going to pour it onto the beater. You're going to sort of pour it down the sides, get it going slow and steady. I'm going to turn so you can see. This is what, quote unquote, cooks your egg whites and stabilizes them, because this sugar syrup is super, super hot. Keep it going. And if you have a rubber spatula handy, you can get all the goodness out. All right. Watch my video how to clean one of these pans, because they can be difficult. So you're going to want to soak that and then bring it to a boil. Now, I'm feeling underneath, it's hot, because we just poured 240-degree syrup into our meringue. So I'm going to keep it going until it cools down, and then we're going to add, you guessed it, butter. Now this is 1 pound or 4 sticks of very softened butter. And we're going to add it slowly because we're building an emulsion. We got fat-based ingredients, the butter, and then we have our water-based ingredients, our egg white and our water and sugar mixture. So we're going to slowly add that, and then elderflower liqueur. Yum. So we're going to keep that going until this gets nice and cool. So the bottom of my mixing bowl is now just about room temperature. And the reason we have to wait and beat this until then and cool those egg white and the meringue and the sugar syrup down, because we don't want to melt our beautiful butter. And our butter, look how soft I got it. Nice and soft. All right, you can microwave it or you can do whatever you want, but I'm going to put it in about a tablespoon at a time. You're going to fully let it incorporate. Sometimes I just grab a hunk with my hands and put it in, and a lot of pastry chefs do. And you want to make sure that it gets incorporated, but you will see it might break. It might look like, uh-oh, it's curdled. What did I do wrong? You did nothing wrong. Keep going. It'll all come together. All right, don't worry. Don't worry, it's all going to come together, and it's beautiful and white. And I'm going to show you in a minute. So we have to add this butter. And once we add the butter, and what I'm going to do, just for a second, is I'm going to slow down the machine and just wipe around the outer edges just to get the remaining meringue that hasn't been mixed in yet. All right, I'm just going to do that real quick. And that's something that if you call it and you see, oh, we got a lot of meringue on up the sides, just do that before you add more butter. All right, get that incorporated. And then after this is all incorporated, on low speed, we're going to add as much elderflower syrup as the buttercream will allow. And this will be between 4 and 6 tablespoons. So you don't want it to thin out too much. All right, so I'm almost done. You can see, a pound of butter goes real fast. And again, it's got to be super soft. Super, super soft. There it is. We did it. Okay. Looks gorgeous. But on low speed, you see it? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But I am going to push this down. And I didn't get any sugar syrup when I poured it in. I didn't get it on the beater at all, because if you get it on the beater, it'll actually harden and make clumps of sugar in your beautiful smooth buttercream. So you want to make sure you pour it sort of down the sides and not on the beater. All right, so now on low speed, are you ready? To elderflower your buttercream, on low speed we're going to do it. So this is about 6 tablespoons. I'm going to go as much as I can, all right? And you don't want it to be sloshy. You know, you don't want to get sloshed in the face. So I just poured a little bit in, let it incorporate, add a little more. Oh, yum, yum, yum. It's beautiful. And what's great about Italian buttercream, you can keep it in the fridge for a week. You can freeze it in an airtight container, but you do have to rebeat it before you use it, okay? I'm gonna just get that going. Just gonna add a little more. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna pour it into this bowl. Oh, the smell coming from this, it smells like the buttercream is wearing perfume. It's so delicious. It's delicious. All right. I think that's about all I can do. I'm going to give it one good go around. We're done. We're done. We are done. Okay, you ready? Get this off of here. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Okay. You ready? So I'm going to go around again. The bowl of an electric mixer has that little dipsy doodle on the bottom. So make sure that little indentation, make sure you just go around, make sure everything is incorporated. And it's beautiful. And it's light. And it's fluffy. Would you like that on your cake? I think so. And if you feel that you want it a little firmer, you could leave it in the fridge for a short time. But this is ready to go. This is the time to frost your cake, all right? This is the time to frost your cake. And try to keep everybody away from it so you have some to frost your cake with, because they're going to want to eat this, all right? You're going to want to eat this. It's not too sweet. It's got that hint of elderflower, that je ne sais quoi. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Become a subscriber, and I'll see you next time.